welcome to the Shelly Studio and another day in the endless saga of trying to finish my mission inspiration for 2023. Getting caught up. So this is November's mission, and the words for inspiration were serenity, whimsy, explore, sleep, and discover. And the first prompt was to add paint to your background. So I am adding paint to my background. Pretty neutral paint. I can't remember which one this is. I think it's buff or parchment. Yeah. I did do this one back in November. I've just had the footage forever sitting here, and I can't remember why I picked this color. Honestly, no idea. The journal I'm using was made from cleanup papers, scrap papers that I had lying around. So it has random color on there, and a lot of times I usually try to go with the color in the background, but maybe I had something in my mind that I was going to do. I don't know. I don't do all of the elements in order because number 2 is actually add a focal collage element, and I kind of like that to be on top, so I'm skipping that one. And the next one is create texture with 3D texture paste. And I have some texture paste and this fun flower stencil. So I figured I would cover the 2 pages with this texture paste, and I leave it quite thick. Like it's pretty thick. And I'll have a photo at the end at an angle so you can see the depth of the texture. Sorry, I had to stop and cough for a minute. Still getting over my cold or whatever I had. And this is the second voiceover I'm doing today, so it's more talking than my throat is used to. So yeah, I just kept it real thick, just squished it on there. It said make it 3D, so yeah, it's gonna be 3D. I did try to make it a little even though. And it's a plastic stencil, and it's kind of thick already, so it does make it a little extra. I'm going to try and clean that off so I can do the other side. I'm going to do the other side with the same stencil. I just didn't want to have anything gloopy on there when I stuck it down. Left an interesting pattern on my coffee filter too. And yeah, I'm using coffee filters to protect the other pages in the book. Because why not? Make them interesting. Use them in collage. When our office closed for COVID, it ended up closing for good. I took the coffee filters home with me. So I have this huge stack, and I don't drink coffee, so I'm using all the coffee filters in my art. I should jelly print on some. I did once a long time ago. I should do some more because I really like them. All right. So the next prompt is to use watercolor pencils or crayons, and I have the Neocolor Caran d'Ache Neocolor 2s. They are watercolor crayons. Now it doesn't look like much is showing up, but wait till I hit it with water. Yeah, it'll be cool. The really rough texture of that texture paste is just taking the crayon off in kind of chunks, which will all dissolve with the color. And it will kind of absorb into the texture paste. The texture paste is a little porous when it's dry, so it kind of soaks into it, I think. So it looks like I'm doing a lot of nothing right here, but just wait. Watch this. Boom, chakalaka. And I was thinking I was going to need more color on there, but no. It's pretty bright. I'm trying to remember where I put that particular color because I, don't want to mix the colors. So I'm going for all the yellowy orange colors. But this was kind of fun to do. It's kind of fun to put that much texture paste and see what happens when you add color. Another fun thing to do when you have that much texture paste is to get some fluid acrylic and let it run through the grooves. That's really fun to do. Sorry for the coughing and clearing of my throat. I think I'm adding a little bit of blue here. I want more color. Guess a little bit of blue and a little bit of, it looks a little green around the edges. So this page ends up looking really busy. Because this is just the background. And I'm not knocking it back either because I had too much fun doing it. I know a lot of people will like knock it down with some white or whatever, but nope. It'll dry a little. Well, I don't know if it looks much lighter when it's dry, actually. But watercolor usually dries lighter. Acrylic dries darker. At least that's the theory. So I'm going around the edge with a dark blue. So I just like to have framing around there. See how it runs into the cracks? I think that's cool. Into the gaps. So sorry about the coughing. It's been a little while since I made this one. I forgot that I put that blue into the center as well. No, this part's a little bit of a long process. I do have it sped up, at least double time, I think. So how's everyone doing today? Hope you're well. Hope your new year is going well. This voiceover is happening in 2024. Even though this particular mission is actually my November 2023 mission. I'm trying to get my book finished. Well, keep it complete. I haven't missed a mission inspiration. I've been late on a few, but I haven't missed any in a really long time. So I want to catch up. I want to do November. I have not created December's yet. So I've got to get on it and create December's page. And then January is probably out there to be done too. So have a few more to go before I'm caught up. All right, so it's dry now. And now I'm going with the focal image. It said a collage element. I don't know. Is it it's considered collage if you stick something on, right? So I have this big mason jar sticker, and I just took a 2-inch, can't remember if that's a 2-inch circle punch. I punched out a jelly print that I'd done a long time ago and put that in the jar and stuck it down. It's hard to see in that busy background. Putting a little weight on there to hold it down because there's so much texture, it's going to take effort to get that to stay. One of the other prompts was add a hand-lettered quote or phrase. And I have another sticker that looks like old parchment. It had a white border. I cut off the white border, glued that down, and I hand wrote a quote. And I picked one that kind of goes with the wild background. And it says, I found a jar of wishes, and when I opened it, a burst of laughter filled the room and painted the walls with dreams. I thought that fit because it looks like it just spewed out onto my page, right? So it kind of fit. And the next prompt was make marks with a kitchen item. Well, nothing is going to mark up, like it's not going to show on my background. So I'm taking this trivet, rubber mat, whatever it is. You can get them at the dollar store. Has a great pattern on it. Just got some yellow and stamped it on there. So that's my marks. I let that dry, and I tear out a few circles. I thought I would do like a little cluster of something. And it said include found objects, for example, buttons. Well, I have buttons. So I grabbed a few buttons that were colors that would go. And I thought I would do like a cluster, but I didn't really like them in a cluster. And I thought maybe ruffled up and looking like, I don't know, scrap flowers or something. So I do ink around the edges because they're just going to blend right into that background, right? So I go around them with the purple because I've got purple in my page, so I thought this would go. And I was thinking if I added the buttons, they would look like flowers, right? So I mess with them a little bit. I think I edited it down because, yeah, it just didn't like it. Ugh. So I end up putting one little circle behind the quote and adding the buttons. I leave the whole left side alone. And yeah, I just stick those on there and then tuck one piece so that it's there behind. Yeah, I'm messing, but that jar is glued on. It's not going in the jar, so it's going right there. So that is my page. I hope you liked it. If you did, would you leave me a thumbs up or a comment? I appreciate your comments. I respond to all of them if I can. And thank you all for watching. If you like what you see and you want to see more, hit that subscribe button and the bell icon so you know when I upload next. And yeah, I appreciate you all, and I hope you have an awesome day.